Welcome back, travelers. Today's video is about how to play Palia. So many people come into my live streams asking, do you have any tips for new players? And I finally decided to put them all into a video. Now, this video is going to be a little bit different than the other beginning tips and tricks videos you see all over YouTube. Not to say that those ones aren't amazing resources, because they are, and I've actually linked a video to my friend's video down below in the description, because I want players to have access to the very basics. However, this video is specifically things that I think are important. It's not necessarily the mechanics of the game, but things that as I've played, I've realized would have made my experience so much better. There will also be minor spoilers, but I'll try my best to keep it ambiguous while informative. And some of the words or names I say may be unfamiliar to you depending on how far into the game you are. I'll start by saying, play at your own pace. So many players start or return to Palia and feel they need to keep up with their friends or favorite content creators. But this, for one, may not be feasible, and honestly, it's probably going to ruin your experience. The only reason I'm even done all of my quests is because I had to be able to create content. I would have loved to be able to take my time and really enjoy the slow pace environment Palia can be. If you're someone who needs a little bit more direction than others, these next tips are for you. First, stick to your main quests and skill quests until you finish the Temple of Waves. Unless, of course, a discovery quest is blocking your advancement. After this, you'll want to swap between doing discovery quests and the main quest, progression as you feel. I say this because I really love lore in games, and the story won't really line up if you run through all the main quests without giving any thought to discovery quests or working on your friendship levels with NPCs. Which leads me to the next tip. Do the temples in a specific order and with certain level friendships unlocked. Only do the Fire Temple once you have at least level 2 friendship with Hossein, Tao, and Sifu. Only do the Air Temple once you have at least level 2 or level 3 friendship with either Eloisa, Kaleri, or both. Only do the Earth Temple once you are at least level 3 with Einar and level 2 with Hekla. These are just recommendations, and it's really only if you care that the character's way of speaking matches your relationship level. Otherwise, it might feel a little weird that they're opening up to you so much when they barely know you. I'll also say I really believe you should complete at least half of the bundle for your current temple before moving on to completing the next. This will help you to feel less overwhelmed with all the tasks at hand, and give you a chance to explore the story. If you're worried that you're going to get an item in the game and not know you need it for a bundle because you haven't unlocked it yet, and that's kind of pressuring you into feeling like you have to complete the temples as quickly as possible, I do have a video, and I'll link it in the iCard, that you can reference for what to save, and hopefully that will help. Don't feel rushed to find your shep or do particular quests just because they're on your quest menu. You can play a lot of game before making these important decisions, including expanding your home. The only thing you really have to do is place your home down on your plot, because that starts unlocking the availability for writs. But most other quests can be done over the course of time. I point this out only because my housing plot isn't exactly how I would have wanted it if I could go back and start over, which leads me into my next point. The bushes, stones, and trash on your plot will not return at any point once destroyed. You do not have to get rid of them, other than a couple to appease Hadari at the start of the game, but you can choose which ones you get rid of. I personally never broke down the barrels and used them as permanent decor. Also, you can totally tear down the broken house sign if you want. It never fixes. At least not when I made this video. Swinging back to NPCs, it really is important to talk to each and every single one. A lot of quests are locked behind your friendship level with certain characters, so just talk to them when you run into them, and almost every NPC will be in Kilima Village around 5 p.m. in-game time, so that's a great opportunity to catch them all at once. In regards to skills, do a little of each. You can, of course, focus on your favorite, but you're going to need every skill to be at least level 10 to unlock everything the game has to offer. With the latest party buff and shared loot update, it's even easier now to level up. You can even just tag along with your higher level friends because they'll do the task and you'll still get the benefits. Other than cooking, where you do have to do at least one action, and then fishing and furniture making. The next thing of note for any player, honestly, is in regards to your graphic settings. This only applies to PC players, but whenever you're looking for a specific bug or rare creature, take a moment to turn your shadows and foliage settings as low as possible. The difference is night and day for being able to spot rare insects like the rainbow butterfly and various other critters. Once you finish the current hunt, just pop those settings back up. The next one is not necessarily going to be beneficial to you, but I wanted to mention it anyway. Any and all items can be destroyed in the game. So this is really handy if you don't want to keep the empty treasure chests and other decor items you made while leveling up that you no longer need. While I personally keep them in my storage for future use and sometimes give the furniture to Tish as a weekly gift, many players aren't into decorating or having their storage full of stuff they'll never use, regardless of decor storage being unlimited. I think that's all for this video, but remember, I do have other videos about tips and tricks on playing in Palia and how to make the game easier for you, so definitely check those out as well. But these are the top tips from me for any new player, or honestly a player coming back to Palia and not knowing where to start. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and as always, subscribe if you feel like it. But most importantly, have a very magical day.